Right guys, I just want to tear apart this little clip from Sky News featuring the Home Secretary who should be out of a job for her consistent failures, but let's be honest, that's another video altogether. In fact, I could probably do a series on that, let's be honest. Now, as many of you know, yesterday she decided to go on Sky News and use Friday's incident as a means to flip it around and use it for political benefit of the party, or should we say the government's agenda. This is obviously a pretty low move, but par for the course when it comes to politicians and indeed political parties. Never waste a good crisis, as they say. I am obviously talking about her linking the events of Friday to anonymity online, which is still beyond me despite it being 24 hours since I first see this clip. Did the guy travel down to Southend through the fibre optic cables while using an anonymous Twitter profile, or does he physically show up there? You would certainly think it's the former if you based everything you knew on what Priti Patel was saying in this interview. Like Labour though, the Tories don't care about reality when there's an agenda for them to be pushed, one of their policies being the one here. But you know what, enough of me talking, let's actually check out a couple of little segments from the clip that Sky News posted.
With politics itself, in particular the House of Commons, in the way that MPs talk to and about each other, that has produced an atmosphere in which this kind of violence can take place?
Well, I think, first of all, this isn't just about the House of Commons. This is about wider public discourse. And I would also go as far to say social media, anonymity on social media, where members of Parliament are subject to some of the most cruel comments, attacks, and they are relentless. Many of them are relentless. My colleagues go through just some of the most appalling attacks I've seen online, and I have as well. But
one word, yes or no. Would you consider legislation to remove the right to anonymity on social media?
Well, I want us to look at everything, and there is work taking place already. We've got an online harms bill that will come to Parliament. There's work taking place on it right now. I've done a lot of work on these social media platforms, mainly around encryption and areas of that nature. But we can't carry on like this. I spend too much time actually with communities who have been under attack, basically, who've had all sorts of postings put online. And it's a struggle to get those postings taken down. We want to make some big changes on that.
So there is the complete clusterfuck that's proved to me the government sees this as an opportunity to pass this demented legislation that she spoke about. This despite apparently security services knowing about him before Friday or something like that. Naturally, Priti Piss Poor Patel wasn't going to mention that though, was she? Instead, someone on the internet is the real danger that they have to stop because he might have an anonymous Twitter profile or something like that. But I guess it should be said that from that clip her main aim for now seems to be encrypted acts like Telegram and others, but the scope is obviously going to be massive and include the main ones because why wouldn't they? I am expecting at this point that ID will be required for all social media platforms given what I've seen of the bill so far, and obviously the platforms are gonna implement it. This is clearly batshit crazy, and let's be honest, the interview itself is laughable almost instantly because from the get-go she bangs on about things not related to what happened on Friday, namely the internet and anonymity itself. I've got to be honest, I've seen no confirmed talk of him threatening anyone online before he did any of this, but the internet's going to be the target anyway. Obviously, to me, it just looks like attempts at more government control being heaped on the people, but then again, what do I know? It's only been a theme of the last 18 months, has it not? Now, there is one funny thing about this though that I feel I should be pointing out, as a few others already have. The Tories scream about stopping cancel culture while performing their own at any opportunity, because that's what the online harms bill is, let's be honest. In fact, it's not different to the so-called left on Twitter calling for someone they dislike to be removed from society or indeed the platform. Actually, this is more dangerous because it's the country's lawmakers taking part in it while telling their voters that they want to fight it. It's yet again another great deception that political parties are well known for, but it's annoying because people should be able to see right through this shit. I literally did within a few seconds of hearing her speaking in that clip. I don't know about you guys. Anyway, this whole shit show is something I've got a longer video planned for because I'd been wondering for a while now how they was going to bring that bill forward. I've spent some time checking what was in it before they change it, which is going to probably happen soon, you know, following what's happened in the past week. We always have to remember they need support for it in Parliament, which Friday is going to have given them, alongside a stick to beat anyone who votes against it, like Labour, meaning it's 100% going to pass. This, like I said, I'll have a different video on, so you'll have to wait for that one if you want to hear more.